Okay, introduce yourselves. Introduce often rather.
So, my name is Umang. It's my brother Upahar. We are founders of oF10, which is a connected workspace. That's how we kind of like to define it. So we're trying to change the way India works. That is kind of the mission and goal behind oF10.
Why did you guys decide to start a co-working space here in Hawaii?
So, in general, what we found is forming a general community in an area which is very exciting in general terms, in terms of like the innovation that is happening. Because just in Powai has been an area which is very close to a university called IIT Bombay. I'm sure many of you must have heard of that. But what it is in general is that it gives you a really fresh batch of people who are coming in and innovating in general, starting their own companies, working with a lot of interesting ideas and trying to connect with each other as well at the same time. So forming a certain sort of a bond in general for the community.
Also, I like to think that in Bombay as a whole, you look at Bandra, you look at Colaba, they are cultural centers. They're known for their culture and their arts, and what Powai is known for is innovation. There's not that much culture. There's great architecture. There is absolutely fantastic infrastructure here, but in terms of culture, we're lacking. So kind of bringing innovation and culture together was our goal. So when you talk about a co-working space, we talk and being near IIT Bombay. I don't want to confuse that with being just full of tech startups and tech people. We're a community of people who come from different backgrounds. So you can see a tech guy working with a makeup artist. You can see a CSR company who works closely with a full stack developer. So that is the kind of relationships we are seeing in Powai, which is kind of unique to the space because of the emergence of tech in Powai and us trying to kind of infiltrate that with some of the culture that comes as prevalent throughout Bombay. It was obviously kind of a passion project of ours because if you look around often, we're a pretty space. We've gone all out to make this the best looking space in Powai, if not Bombay. So if you see everything at often, it's curated. So look at the tables, you look at the lights, they're hand built, hand painted by individual artists. The artwork in often, for example, is one of a kind. It's been made for the space by this incredibly talented artist called Devarshi. The tables are handcrafted by this furniture designer called Vipin, who's incredible the way he works. So we went out of our way to make it such that the energy of the place is high, and we kind of put a personal touch on it by just not buying things online. We made things such that they were built to fit, and that was very, very important. And that's how we kind of keep our members at often as well. That is what the idea is. So every time a member comes in the space, we vet them to kind of be a cultural fit for the space. So community and people is what makes a co-working space. So you can make the best, most lavish co-working space in the world, but the members are what makes it what it is and makes it different from others. And the members working out of our space, as luck would have it, happen to be some of the most incredibly generous people there is. And also very well accomplished people, which is a very hard combination to find, I would say. So being generous and well accomplished is very hard to come by, and we happen to stumble upon a number of those. So they like what we were doing here, now they're part of oF10, and we as oF10 have become a community of such like-minded people. So diversity is key at oF10. So the way we work is, we don't get people from the same industry. So the way we define it is, we don't want two companies solving the same urban problems in our space. For example, if there is one digital marketing agency working out of a space, we won't take another one. What that does is, every time you come and have a seat at a table here, you sit next to someone completely different from what you're doing. And the conversations that happen as a result of that is what leads to innovation and leads to creative thinking. And that is kind of the essence of oF10 and everything we're trying to do here. So we see completely diverse people in terms of both gender, so we have almost a 50-50 split between men and women working out of the space, and in terms of fields and diversity. So we have CSR companies, digital marketing agencies, we have a VC fund, we have app guys who've got like 3 million downloads on the App Store. So we have incredibly talented people at the apex of their game.
I mean, starting a space like this within Bombay has a lot of challenges in general. First itself was identifying a location and a space which would fit what we were exactly looking for. Because we didn't want to compromise on the location, we didn't want to compromise on the space itself. So we also wanted to find a place which, works in terms of the design that we're looking at, the design in general that we were looking at, and also we're looking at people coming and wanting to actually come to this location. They have easy access, they have a lot of that going on in general. So that was the initial challenge that we had, and at the same time, we wanted to keep it very sustainable and very lean. So it's just the two of us basically who are running all aspects of the space. So from designing the initial space, identifying the right service providers, identifying the right location, negotiating with a lot of the service providers, all that was done with us. And even the day-to-day operations currently at this point are being done by us. And the sales aspects, the marketing aspects, all of them, just handling all of that was a challenge in itself.
That's kind of what drove us to start a co-working space and justify that, okay, this makes sense. Because you can have all the meetings in the world at Starbucks over coffee, but how many productive meetings are you having there? That is the real question I want people to be answering. That is why we started oF10, because I understand the point of you're trying to do a meeting for cheap, so you don't order that many coffees, you order one coffee. But what we like to measure is the amount of quality time you're spending. Because I feel like time is way more important than money these days. And time spent in finding a plug point, finding a seat to sit on, standing in line at Starbucks, we eliminate all of that. You come in here and you have your meetings, you have your meetups here, all the infrastructure is in place and it's built just for that. So the quality of meetups you're having is much better, the environment you're in is much better, it's more productive. So actually most of our space is pretty cool, as you'll see in the video. So what we're trying to do here is, it has to be a fun environment. So every single thing you think about has been thought of. So if you see the main center area of our space, we have white lighting with comfortable seating. We have a fantastic cafeteria area which kind of reminds people of the Friends cafe. So it's very bright and vibrant, makes you feel like you're in a nice bistro in America. And then you have a fantastic games room and a flexible seating area and a hustle room to do kind of your business. That's what we call it. The hustle room is a special place because that's where most of the bigger meetings happen at oF10.
So basically we also have a telephone room, which is like a bright orange color. So basically, instead of you taking calls outside or taking calls within the space, it encourages you to go and do it in a private location. And even if you do want any sort of privacy for your calls, do a small short Skype call or do a short in-person meeting, you can use that room. And then we also have a yellow fridge, which is also really cool.
So apart from that, we have a PS3 which we have FIFA nights on. We have karaoke speakers, we have karaoke nights, we have board games. A lot of our members have contributed cool stuff to the place. We have a small library with some of the most fascinating books that our members come in and contribute and build that library. Someone brought in an Xbox recently. We also have a skateboard and we have plenty of room to kind of skateboard around this place. So we're a very active community, I would like to think.
That's the coolest part of the space is members actually contributing their own personalities, their own vision for their office space into this space. So that's the coolest part about our oF10.